Hey Tom, my name is Aaron, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. Most likely you're sitting here asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, as a local business owner, I know you are extremely busy. You're so focused on running your business that you don't have time to learn how the internet could help. And if you do think about getting help with your online stuff, it's hard for you to know who really knows what they're doing and who doesn't. I have found that giving people an easy attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of those local business owners coming to me and saying, I like you, Aaron, please do this for me. So if by the end of this video you've liked what you heard and you can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I have given you to do yourself, that works for me too. So now, let me show you the 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing I want to go over is content. Here's your website, obviously. It looks pretty good. And I hope you're sitting down because I got a secret to tell you. Google has bots. Yep, they read your website. They crawl your website to read and find out what exactly people are searching for and how to describe your website. They read all of these words on your page. They can even read images. They can read how they're saved. So if you look at this one, it actually says ambulance, and it's actually one of your trucks. You want to put keywords behind that as well. So optimization on that, we can go pretty far. As far as optimization with Google, they suggest you have 1,500 words on your home page. That's fully optimized, and I suggest at least that amount. So if we do a word count for your web page, you got a little over 500 words. So there's some room for improvement on that, and you can definitely put some hard-hitting keywords in there as well. I did find a competitor in your area, Scottsdale Air. I'm sure you're probably familiar with them. Did a word count on their page. They got over 1,000 words, so still not fully optimized and definitely beatable. That's something that you can beat. So if we talk about those keywords, I've got a tool that I use. It's called Ahrefs. It costs me about $100 a month. It gives me a really in-depth look at your website. So the keywords we got going on your page, 433 keywords, which is a good amount. And if we look at the high-hitting ones, you're doing really well with Tempe and so forth. But if we go into the volume here, we scroll down and we look at HVAC Scottsdale, AC Repair Scottsdale. There's 650 searches a month that you guys are missing out on, because if you look at the position, you guys are at 55 and 42. That's like 4th or 5th page on a Google search. And I don't know about you, but when I do a Google search, I don't go past the first page. So you're missing out on all of that potential client coming to you. So if we look at Scottsdale Air's website, their in-depth look on Ahrefs, 2,600 keywords. And if we look at HVAC Scottsdale, AC Repair Scottsdale, they're third. I mean, just look at these positions. HVAC Repair Scottsdale, 150. They're right on the front page. They're trying to own Scottsdale as far as that goes, which makes sense. It's in their name, but you could get bumped up right there with them just by some optimization on that. And that's going to lead right back over into the next thing. If you do a Google search, which I'm sure you've done before, I did AC Repair Scottsdale, here's what you get. You're going to get sponsored ads, which we're not going to go into because you may or may not see them with an ad blocker. Costs quite a bit of money, could go down a rabbit hole, something that we're not going to focus on now. So we'll scroll down and we look at the map pack here, the businesses section. It's also known as the map pack. And what is the map pack? It's your name, address, and phone number, and it's the number 2 thing, citations. Citations are huge. You want to get as many citations as possible in there. So it's your name, address, and phone number across places like this, and they're weighted. The BBB has a higher rating than certain places and so forth. And you want to get at least 150 in there. I suggest 200 to 300. And you keep doing it on a monthly basis, because this is something that you're gonna have to keep on top of ahead of the competition as far as that goes. So citations is number 2, and you get as many as possible in citations. So if we scroll down even further, we get to the organic search, which is where 60 to 70% of people end up. And look at that. Scottsdale Air, number 1, right there on this search. And again, you're probably asking, how do I get boosted up in the organic search? Well, backlinks. Again, I'm going to shoot you some knowledge, but Google is a popularity contest. That's just the way it is. So the more websites you have pointing back to you, the more likely you're going to be up in the organic search. It's Just like being in high school when you wore the cool shoes and you started getting noticed by kids. Well, your popularity started going up. And then the popular kids noticed you, and now you had the juice. So we call that link juice. So you want to get relevant, high-quality backlinks that are pointing back to you. You don't want to get, say, a Barro's Pizza or a Filiberto's pointing back to you because that's not relevant to your industry. So relevant key backlinks pointing back to you is extremely important in that aspect. So if we go back to Ahrefs here, it's going to show us your backlinks. So if we look at it here, you've got 1,100 backlinks, 290 referring domains. And if we look at, like I said, they've got a rating system on here. There's the BBB. They've got high ratings, yellow pages, stuff like that. So you're doing a pretty good job there, but you could do better by boosting yourself up with more backlinks to get you in that organic search and so forth. So if we go look at Scottsdale Air and we look at their backlinks, so they've got almost the same amount, very similar, 382 referring domains. So not too far away, but getting more relevant ones, more high-powered ones that are going to point back to you would make you become the authority and get you expanded outside of Tempe into Scottsdale, stuff like that. And I know that's probably important to you guys, but I wanted to kind of point that out, that it is very possible to get into the Scottsdale area. So in closing, we went over content. 1,500 words at the minimum to be optimized with Google, with those hard-hitting keywords, putting those in, that content in there. It's very important. Citations. Get you in that map pack. 200 to 300 is what I recommend, and then doing it every month to stay in that map pack. It's very, very important as well. And then backlinks. You want to become the authority across Google. You want to win that popularity contest. So more backlinks that are relevant and high quality. That's what you need. So if you implement these strategies today, you're going to rank higher across Google. That's just the way that works. And so I bet you're wondering what now. Well, like I said before, you can go with the information I provided you today and do this totally on your own. I'm absolutely cool with that. I'm happy to bring you some value. However, if you want the most effective route and you want to save yourself some time, you can give me a call. 602-888-4825. Once again, my name is Aaron. My number is 602-888-4825. Tom, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I'd love to get some feedback from you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care.